CXP is a short name for card XP. You earn card XP by collecting the amber orbs that spawn when a hero, minion, or tower is destroyed and by collecting from harvesters. CXP contributes to a player's card level. Each time you level up, you get more to spend on cards back at the store. Unlike other MOBAs, you don't have passive gold regeneration, so unless you're doing one of these things, you will fall behind quickly. Your CXP level can be found at the bottom of the screen. It's the yellow circle that's going around in freeze. Every time you gain amber, this bar slowly goes up until it hits the next level, going 3, 6, 9 all the way up to 60. Every time it goes up a level, you have 3 additional card points to spend, which you can use to buy new items and also upgrade your items. You want to make sure that you're not sitting on too many unspent points. You will lack damage or tankiness compared to your opponent. But at the same time, you don't want to be backing too soon, as you're going to waste valuable time that could be spent gaining more orbs. The most effective way of getting CXP is by farming. Secure the last hits on minions. Unlike other MOBAs, if you have 2 players in lane, you will both receive 100% of the CXP if you last hit successfully. Whilst with 3 players in lane, only the last hitter receives 100%, the other 2 players 50-50, and so on. Meaning that a jungler can help push a lane, defend a lane, without penalising a solo laner. If your minions or turrets kill the enemy minions, then they will leave amber orbs on the floor which can be picked up, gaining you CXP, but not to the same value of last hitting. These last for 60 seconds. You'll find some champions easier to last hit with. In early game it can be a bit of a nightmare as you lack damage. One thing you want to keep in mind when last hitting, sometimes you may not want to push the wave, so only use your abilities to secure the final blow on a minion. In some situations, if the enemy laner is missing and ganking, you may decide to want to push, so you're trying to use all your abilities and auto attacks to shove the wave into the turret as quick as possible, denying them CXP. Killing your opponent is pretty self-explanatory, but it's a very good way of getting additional CXP. Like other MOBAs, the last hitter gets the majority of the amber, so you may want to keep this in mind when fighting if you've got the option to give a kill to a Grux instead of a Decker, as the more card points someone like Grux gets early game, the more likely he is to carry you. And there are also many other bonuses from killing your opponents, allowing you to push turrets, farm minions more easily, destroy their harvesters, all gaining you additional CXP. Emptying the harvesters on the map your team has secured is another way of farming CXP. They reach maximum capacity every 5 minutes after being emptied. You and your allies get the same amount of XP, so you want to be securing not only the ones in your jungle, but the outer lanes. On top of this, you can destroy your opponent's harvesters, gaining you additional CXP and denying them CXP more importantly. You can find out more about this in my What is a Harvester guide. The main role of any MOBA is to destroy your opponent's core. To do this, you got to destroy towers, which is another good way of getting CXP. By destroying a tower on Paragon, the last hitter is automatically awarded with CXP. In between the 3 lanes of Agora, we have the jungle, which consists of a blue buff and 2 white camps on the left hand side, and a red buff and 2 white camps on the right hand side. This is mirrored for your foes. In the middle of the map, you can find Orb Prime and a black buff. Camps are another good way of getting CXP, but really they should be left to your jungler. His main role is to be ganking and securing the harvesters. By taking his camps early game, you could set him behind, so it's something you want to keep in mind. Orb Prime, the most underlooked buff currently in Paragon. If you and your team are ahead, get an ace, even if you killed, look to take the Orb Prime rather than push. The buff you get from it is OP. When killing Orb Prime, the last hitter gets CXP along with a buff that either gives you health, energy damage or attack damage. I chose the Warlord for Grux, giving me 75 bonus physical damage and 100% damage increase for nearby minions. You can see how quickly I can cut down my foes and the turret. By handing it in on the other side of the map, my living allies gain the buff for 180 seconds as well. This is lost upon death. If there are any other guides you'd like to see, let me know below. Take it easy.
Oh, bro, watch it out, bro. Oh, you gotta finish him, finish him. Finish him. Oh, baby. Bro, get wrecked, son.